Welcome back everybody to Delhi, and we are going right into the second part of Cemetery Mary. This is Reginald's route. If you have not seen the first part, then you should really go do that, because nothing you see is gonna make sense if you don't. So we're just gonna go right in. So, assumingly, somebody is dead. Luckily, I caught the bus on time. Got on safe, walked home safe, made it home safe. And then, you know, followed my usual routine after that. I'd like to go to bed quickly tonight, if that's alright. That's alright. You are never under obligation to contact me every night. I know. But I feel like I have to. Do you? I do. Why is that? Because if I don't... I'm scared you'll stop responding. Is that so? If you disappear, I think that'd be awful. To never know what happened? I see. Then I will try not to. Didn't you say you'd like to go to bed quickly? Why don't you get some rest? Good night, Mary. I have a suspicion I know who the mystery person is, but I also obviously don't know, because I haven't gone that far. And in the Croven's route, it didn't say anything about them. In the next days following, I didn't feel so great. I must have caught something that day, but I wasn't aware there was anything going around. Maybe it was just a bad cold? I don't know. I just couldn't help but feel so sick. It wasn't as extreme as the first day. But I still felt so horrible. I was so terribly dizzy. My head was always throbbing. I would just try to nap it off, but I couldn't stay asleep for long. Though, sometimes I would just pass out anyway. I wish I knew why I was sick, but I didn't really want to go to the doctor just yet. Hopefully, if I waited a while, it would just pass on its own. That's how it usually works anyway. So here I'll sit. I just hope I'll have the energy in me to get up later. Because sitting here, I'm not feeling too hot. I heard familiar footsteps thump down the stairs and turned into this room. Yeah, look who it is! Psst! Mars, you awake? Yeah, I'm up. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I'm going to head out for a little bit, alright? What? It's just for a little, okay? I'll be back before you know it. Croven, please don't leave. Why he look like that? Why he looking at her like that? I'm sick. I know, Mary, I know. But this is important, alright? But what if I need something? What if I pass out again? Come on, Mars, you're not that bad. Besides, it's not like I could really do much for you. And no, Croven's kinda not that great in this route. I promise he has character development, I swear! You know I don't like to be left alone when I'm sick? I know, but like I said, this is important. It's more important than me? Mars. Do you really need me to say that badly? It would mean a lot to me. Alright, I'll stay. You really are that sick, huh? I'm really sorry. I don't want to, I feel a lot better knowing you're here. No, it's alright. I understand. You always care for me when I'm sick and all. Staying is the least I could do. How do you feel right now? I don't know. I could be better. Right. Here, I'll be right back. Bro left anyway. Bro just walks out the door. He's like, psych. Croven walked in the direction of the kitchen. I heard a bit of rattling shortly after. I was a bit worried, knowing Croven isn't always super reliable, but I was pleasantly surprised when he came back out, and passed a warm mug into my hands. Oh, look at this boy. Love this guy. Croven? You made this? Yeah, it's nothing special. I just followed the instructions on the box. It's, hot chocolate. I found it way back in the pantry. I know how much you love chocolate, so... It, like, might be expired, though. I don't really know how that stuff works. The milk is still fresh though, so I think it's fine. I remember I made expired hot chocolate once. It was pretty fire. I would not recommend doing it though. Don't do it just in case it does actually get you sick, but like, I think I was okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, the smiley! This is what I came here for. I mean, what? Okay, anyway. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, it was nothing. Before I knew it, the sun started to set outside. And so I trudged my way upstairs, getting ready for bed. I hate that the cough ruined that moment. God dang it. I hoped I'd be able to sleep the whole night this time. But of course, it couldn't just be that simple. Even in my sick state, I still had to talk to... well, you know. I mean, you don't have to. I know you want to message me. Oh? You've beat me to the punch. You mentioned you were feeling unwell the other night. So please, give the night a rest and go to bed. I might actually listen to you for once. Do take care if it gets too serious. I will. Please do. We worry about you. Good night, Mary. I also wonder if it's actually just one of her parents, but I feel like that's one, too obvious and also doesn't make any sense. It's been a few days. I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm glad I didn't catch anything too serious. But how sick I felt really got me wondering, especially with that coffin. There was something about it. I had to know more. Although it's too late for me to get to know it now, but I was overcome with the desire to know what had been making me feel so strange about it. Even if I couldn't get to that coffin again, there was still a place I could go. I thought it was like a rubber ducky. I was like, what? I found myself back at the church. I felt uneasy walking in, but I didn't feel sick anymore. The atmosphere in here was no longer heavy. I like how she has no feet. I just think this... I love when characters have like that kind of like leg style that just has no feet. I think it's such a nice stylistic choice. It's so silly. At least not as heavy as it had been before. I still felt some sense of pressure, but it was nowhere near as bad as it had been. It didn't feel great to walk into a church and immediately feel like something was wrong. There had to be someone I could talk to in here. I walked through the halls. There were no services today, so there was nobody really. I wandered about the long halls with their tall walls. Something about walking through a building like this, definitely silent, and feeling a sense of pressure. Well, it just didn't quite feel right. Eventually, though, I made it to a room with someone in it. A priest standing at the far end. Getting closer, I recognized them as being the same one from the funeral service. Maybe they could help me then. I lightly coughed as I approached closer to alert them of my presence. They looked up to speak to me. Ah? May I help you? Oh, yes, actually. I just, it's hard to explain, but... I don't know, I just need some help. Help is here for you. What do you need help with? I was here for a funeral service not long ago. And when I was here, I started feeling not that great. Even now, I don't feel like I think I should. And well, my life in general hasn't been taking the best of turns lately. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really stupid. But I guess I'm wondering... Is someone trying to contact me? I think that's a good one. Would you be able to know? Now. It's quite alright. Even if you feel confused now, I'm sure the light of your situation will reach you soon. God loves all their children, very much so. And that includes you. So there is no reason to worry. Unless, of course, you've done something wrong. What? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think I've done anything wrong. Are you sure? Perhaps you should look over your actions. Sometimes it is easy for us to overlook all we have done wrong. Perhaps that is why God may be treating you in such a way. To remind you of what needs to be done. We didn't even do nothing! We just went shopping! I see. Maybe there's something I can do better. We can always do better. Oh, but do not fret. As I have said, God loves all children, and that includes you. Sometimes love may be tough, but the point will get across in the end. Yes, you are correct. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about? I want to ask about... heaven, angels, death. Let's talk about heaven, because why not? What about heaven? Do people always go to heaven when they die? Not necessarily, but I'm sure you know that. Right, let me rephrase it. Does everyone go somewhere when they die? Certainly. Right, I figured as much. I want to ask about... I guess we'll just ask about all of them. Angels. People talk about guardian angels a lot. I have to wonder, are they real? Do they help me stray from harmful paths? Does everyone have one? Do I have one? That depends. Do you believe that you do? I want to ask about... death. What happens to people when they die? Like, exactly. If you know that. What is the process like? Their soul departs from their body and travels someplace new. Where they end up depends on how they lived. Do they know? Know what? When someone dies, do they know that they are dead? Yes. I imagine they would know quite well. I see. I want to ask about... No more questions. Thank you for your assistance. Of course. Please, do not feel scared. You coming here in itself proves to me that you do not wish to be a bad person. I am sure God has a plan for you. Do not stress about the outcome. It is in their hands now. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. She always looks so sad. I exited the church shortly after. I wasn't quite sure how to feel. I didn't quite feel like I got the answers I was looking for. The pressure began to lift off my shoulders once again once I was out the doors. But I still couldn't shake the feeling of there being something more to all this. Something I was missing. I decided to head to the library. Maybe I could look at some books. Not necessarily about religion, but maybe stuff about omens or signs. Because if there really was a sign, I didn't want to miss it. So I made my way to the library as briskly as I could, and started taking out books after books to see what might help me with all this. I was sure that I'd be at least able to find something. Even something small is better than nothing. She's scurrying through all the books. I picked up a few books and sat myself down in the corner to read them. I must say, though, I couldn't really understand most of it. I tried very hard to, but lots of it just didn't make sense to me. Still, though, I didn't want to leave without finding something out. Surely one of these books had to help me. Let's read the curses one. A curse is a terrible thing. Its purpose is always to inflict harm. Many people who are under curses are probably not even aware of the fact that they are. Perhaps they just think they're struck with some bad luck. Thankfully, there are ways to reverse a curse. But you may have to try many times in many ways before it is broken. When it is, you may not be sure anything has happened at all. But it's always better to live without a curse. The book proceeds to list different types of curses and possible solutions for them. I don't think I have a curse. Someone has to inflict a curse on you for it to even work, right? I don't think I know anyone who would want to do that. I hope no one would want to do that. Alright, luck. Luck is a tricky thing. What does it mean when you say someone is lucky? Everyone always assumes it means good luck. But can it mean bad luck too? Everyone always assumes that unlucky means you have bad luck. But maybe unlucky just means that you have no luck. Perhaps it is better if you are someone who is unlucky. Maybe no luck is better than having any luck at all. So, in the nicest way, I hope your luck runs out. That's a weird passage. I feel like that's kind of questionable. Okay, omens, I guess? An omen foretells the future, in a way. It precedes events of a good or horrible nature. The omen itself may even seem like a good or terrible thing that is to occur, Perhaps the most cruel part of a bad omen is that it could lead to something even more horrific. And there may even be multiple instances of bad omens leading up to the terrible event. Be aware of the omens in your life. Protect yourself. You may not be able to stop when it's ever coming. What? But you can always prepare yourself for it. Should I be preparing? I don't know what I would prepare for, though. Or how I would even start. I hope all the weird stuff that's happening isn't some kind of omen. Wishes. What is it that you wish? Is it a desire? Perhaps is even a need? People wish for many things. Every day, all the time. Whether it is out of want or out of necessity. Do you truly believe a wish can come true no matter how nonsensical it seems? They say there are many ways for a wish to come true. Many wish on shooting stars, the first star they see come nightfall. Many wish upon dandelions or by blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. But make no mistake, a wish is best burnt. Burned? A burned wish is bound to come true. At the very least, it has the closest chance. The next time you must wish, try burning it. The results may not be what you imagine, but they are sure to come true. A burned wish? Yeah, I was just about to say that. The manga that had the weird writing in it. All this started happening after I burned that book. Maybe whoever left there had left stuff in other books. I put the book down and rushed quietly to the manga shelf. A burned wish comes true? I wonder. Was this someone's wish that I burned? Or maybe I set off a curse in its place? If I burned it, did that wish count for me too? I eventually made it to the shelf I was looking for. They're all pink. Mostly all the set was here. Maybe whoever written that book wrote more in the rest? I took out a book and hurriedly skimmed through the pages. I didn't even care about the spoilers I might get by doing so. When the book had nothing in it, I tried another, and then another, and then one of the books fell off the shelf. It surprised me just a bit, and sounded especially loud in the quiet library. As I went to squat down and pick it up, that's something. Is it upside down? Yeah, these are tombstones, right? And then this is just something with funny. This is a receipt. This is a doctor's receipt. On the page was a cemetery of all things. But even stranger, there was a slip of paper that had found its way into the book as well. Was this left by the same person who left such a mess in the other book? I picked it up and began to read the note that was left. People are never gone forever. I promise you, this statement is true. There is no such thing as a departed soul, not anymore. I will not regret this decision, but I must live knowing the truth of it. Not because no one will listen, but because it will leave me lonely for a long, long time. That's okay. It doesn't really feel lonely even when it does. In fact, it's kind of fun. I wonder how much I will be able to see before it's over. That is, if you had ever intended for this to have an ending to begin with. It makes me wonder how many variations I will see. Say, if you're reading this, and I know you are, why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your side. Right back? The note ended there. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I couldn't really understand any of it. I'm sure I'm missing a whole story behind it, but whoever wrote it, I hope you know that, I'm listening. And I hope you won't be lonely for long. 'Cause nobody should ever have to be lonely. I left the library after that. It could be a coincidence that the manga just happened to open to a page with the cemetery on it. So I decided I would check there for anything new or suspicious. Any kind of sign. I spent a while there, going down the roads, inspecting each grave for something new, something different. A letter that changed or a color that shifted. Anything. I hit the mic. And then I happened upon it. In the way back of the cemetery, right before the iron fence, where the cemetery ends and the forest begins, there was a new grave here. A grave I had never seen before. And I would know, because I've seen them all. The eye. Unlike any language I had ever seen before. Was it a code? But why would someone have coding on their grave? There was something weird about it. And the closer I got to inspect it, I began to feel nauseous. It was just like at that church, at the funeral. It made me feel dizzy. Just a little bit. It was as if it was a strange pressure emitting from it. That was still the best word I could use to describe it. Just pressure. I really didn't want to get sick again. But this headstone, it was so curious. The tree grew in front of it. It had to be related to the rest of all this. It had to be. I wanted to inspect it more, but by that point I had been out all day. I knew the cemetery would be closing soon and I couldn't stay for long. Not to mention I was very, very tired. I had been running around all day and it was finally starting to catch up to me. This weird headstone started to make me feel dizzy again. Didn't help any either. I decided that I would head home and try to make sense of it all tomorrow. After all, it's not like a grave would be going anywhere. Yeah, you just jinxed it. So I packed up and head home. It would probably do me good to get some rest. My head was spinning with so many strange concepts after all. I followed my usual routine, the one I always follow when I get home. And well, you already know what comes next. I know I try to usually ask you things, but I had a long day, so I'll probably go to bed soon. Besides, it isn't like you'll suddenly decide to open up about anything, right? I'm afraid not. Huh, yeah, that's what I figured. If I could ask anyways, just really quickly. Yes. Are you still coming for me? I think you already know the answer to that. Is it soon? Good night, Mary. Was she on the floor? The following morning, I had been digging around through the fireplace. I had hoped, well, maybe the manga I burned by accident could help provide me more insight. Even if it was set on fire, there was still a chance there'd be at least some salvageable parts, right? Please, just something. I'll take anything. It's worthless. It's all burnt up. Even when I try to pick up a tiny scrap that could be something, it just turns into ash in my hands. Guess I won't be getting any more use from that book. Just then, Crovin stepped in. Yo! He was about to walk past me before I called out to him. Crovin! Yeah? Where are you going? I'm going out. That isn't exactly an answer. It is. Is it important again? Yeah. Who wants to know? Sorry, I just wanted to ask if you might help me with this. Since you're going out anyways, maybe when I get home. This is something I have to do by myself. When will you be home? Later. I promise you, Crovin has character development in his route, okay? He's just a jerk in here. And then he's also nice in here for sweethearts, so. I promise he's a good character. He still didn't tell me where he was going. I was about to leave the house myself, but if I go out now, it might look like I was following him again or something. I don't want to upset him. I figured I'd just stay here and play with the soot for a while. But then... Y'all hear that? That was jamming. No, play it again. My phone went off. I checked the notification. It was a message from Reginald. Oh my god, I forgot this was his route for a second. Talk about perfect timing. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Ah, that does not look as cool as it did in my head. My sincerest apologies. I'm sorry, I wanted to ask, are you not here today? Huh? Am I not where? The cemetery, of course. It is a bit cloudy today, but I figured you might want to be here before any rain started. Oh, you're there right now? Indeed I am. No real reason for it, I was just passing by. Thought I might see if you stopped in. Though, I suppose not today. That's okay. Well, actually, I was going to head into town pretty soon and visit the cemetery myself. I just wanted to check on some things there, that's all. There's been a lot of stuff happening that I'm trying to organize. Oh! I'll just wait for you here then. What? Don't be silly. Even if I leave right now, it'll still be a while before I actually make it there. I don't mind waiting. I mean, are you sure? Don't you have something better to do? Oh, that sounds really rude over text. I'm sorry. No worries. I think I'll still be here a while. Maybe I'll be here when you come on down. I guess we'll see. Well, alright then. I'll leave in a few. Guess I'll maybe see you there? I guess you maybe will. They're so silly. Wow, I can't, nothing could go wrong, right? I tidied myself up, made sure I had everything, and then walked out from the cabin, waiting for the next bus into town. I wondered on the way there if Reginald really would still be waiting for me once I made it. I mean, I suppose I had no reason to doubt it. I just don't understand why he would want to wait for me. Surely there are better ways he could be spending his time. Especially if he's got a day off today. But maybe, if he is free, maybe he'd be willing to help me figure this out. The bus skid to a stop at its usual station. I hopped off and walked in the direction of the cemetery. And before I knew it, I was walking past the familiar rail bars that led up to the cemetery gates. As I looked past them into the cemetery, I noticed a familiar man with his long caramel hair coming up to greet me. Whoa, you're actually still here? Indeed I am. I told you I'd wait for you, didn't I? I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a bit surprised you're actually still here. I mean, I know I find the cemetery exciting, but I don't think many others share that same excitement. Weren't you bored out there by yourself? Not at all. In fact, I've grown quite even fonder of it. Really? If I'm being completely honest, well, I think I've been visiting it more because of you. Huh? It's hard to explain, but even when you're not here, it still feels like you are in a way. Like, all the care you put into it, it really shows. But don't take that the wrong way. Even in the cemetery always gave off your vibe. I think I would much prefer the real deal. I simply like being reminded of you here. You like the cemetery because it reminds you of me? Indeedly so. I hope that isn't a strange thing to say. No, it's really nice actually. I've never heard anyone say— Mary! Uh-oh. I heard a familiar voice shout my name. They did not sound happy. I turned around to be greeted by— Oh, Twyla. Huh. Twyla? I hadn't heard from her in a while. Yet despite this, she looked like she was fuming. Is this the reason you've been ignoring me? Ignoring you? I sent you at least 4 messages this past week asking you to help me, including this morning. Not one response back. Did you? Reginald's even like, bro, what the— Can it? As if I've never heard that excuse before. I wasn't sure what to say. I didn't know what was going on. You know what, Mary? F off. Here, I thought you actually wanted to help me, but I guess I shouldn't expect to rely on anyone in this city. Huh? What are you talking about? Shut up! Stop playing dumb! I'm not playing— What are you talking about? Is that all you know how to say? I just told you to stop playing stupid. If you think I'm gonna fall for that act again, then you've got another thing coming. Can't believe this. If you're gonna blow off helping people just to play around with some boy toy, then at least be honest about it. What? Despite how I may appear, I'm not a mean person, Mary. That is not true. But if there's one thing I hate more than anything else, it's being disrespected. God, I just really, really hate flimsy, airheaded idiots like you. Here's hoping your precious little cemetery grows enough to fill the space in that empty head of yours. Bruh. Oh, bro, she's speeding. I ran off after that. I didn't know what else to do. Reginald called out after me, but I just kept running. I didn't want him to see me like this. I was so embarrassed. I wasn't even sure where I was going. Just anywhere away from here. I couldn't stand there a second longer. So I'd run until it seemed like it was far enough away. Eventually, I turned into a small alley. I tucked myself behind a trash can so that no one could see me. Oh hey, look at that! And I just kept crying there. The things Twyla said. I never even got any messages from her. I had no idea what she was talking about. but she wouldn't listen. Maybe it is my fault. I told her I would help her, and yet I never even reached out to her. Maybe she's right. What have I been doing this whole time? I started getting wrapped up in all this other stuff that Before I could think about it much longer, I heard my phone going off. Reginald is calling. I didn't pick up. The second it stopped ringing, I had received a text message from him. Are you alright? Where did you run off to? I don't want to talk about it. Why is that? By telling you I'd be talking about it. Fair point. But still, it is my fault that she got mad at you. Oh, is it my fault? I don't mean to cop, I'm sorry. I mean, not really. No? It's not about you. It was my fault. It doesn't seem to be that way from the way she was talking. It sounded like I was an issue too. Please don't worry about it. I am worried, regardless of what the situation was. I don't see any good reason for Twyla to yell at you like that. You know Twyla? Ah, I do actually. Small world, isn't it? I used to see her at the library quite a lot. Not so much anymore. When I did see her, though, I will admit she wasn't always the most sociable. Sociable? Question mark? Although I'm upset to see how upset she got with you. I must admit that I'm not surprised. Have you seen her get angry before? Not out loud, if that makes sense. But well, you could always tell with her. Very easily annoyed, I would say. She was polite, yes, but well, you could always see it in her eyes. So please don't take the things she said personally. I'm sure she was just looking for an excuse to yell at somebody. And you just happened to be there. You think so? I do. I'm sure you didn't deserve to be talked to like that. I'm glad you feel that way, I guess. I do. And I hope you'll feel that way soon, too. I mean, it's not really Mary's fault. Mary says she didn't get any of the messages. And then before I knew it, I felt a droplet hit my head. And then another. And another! It started to rain. And I guess I wasn't staying here anymore. It's well enough. At this point, I just really wanted to go home. So I did. And I hoped I wouldn't have to remember tomorrow. You haven't left yet, right? Hello? Are you there? I'm here. Sorry. You responded a bit late. Caught in the rain? Ha! No, not even close enough for that. We always talk about me. How was your day? Could have been better. In that case, you should sleep. It's the fastest way to have the day finally be over. I guess so. Good night, Mary. Cereal. I woke up feeling a lot better the next morning. The things Twyla said to me still itched at me, but I tried not to think about it too much. There was only so much I could be doing, right? I was just trying to not think about anything right now. I just wanted to enjoy my breakfast first. Checking my phone and thinking about what I'd do that day. I never got the chance to try and inspect that grave the other day like I planned. I received a text message. It was Reginald again. Good morning, Mary. I hope you're feeling better today. Yeah, I guess a little. Well, that's good to hear then. Say, I'm not busy today either. If you still got those errands you needed to do, I can help today. I don't know. You sure it's alright? Why wouldn't it be? I don't have anything better to be doing anyways. What about your job? Don't worry about that. I know how to manage my time. Alright. I'm just finishing breakfast, but I guess you can meet me at the cemetery again if you really want to. Sounds good. I'll see you there. I made plans to meet with Reginald at the cemetery. Again. I didn't feel all that confident as I left, but... well, whatever. Whatever! not like what happened yesterday would happen all over again, right? So I went. And I'd say it was like I was having deja vu, but I did experience this scene before. There you are. Yep, here we are again. Are you alright? You seem nervous. Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna keep moving forward. Besides, when we start looking around, I'll be too focused to worry. Hey, speaking of, do you know, like, other languages? Why do you ask? Follow me, I'll show you. It's what I've been busy with. I don't know if we should trust Reginald, especially because I don't know what route we're going down. I led Reginald through the cemetery, winding my way back to where I found that mysterious grave, and it's gone. Right near the edge of the fence, but yeah, it's gone. Oh, it's broken! Huh? Oh, dear me. How upsetting. Oh, what happened? I don't understand. Perhaps it was lightning? We did have that storm the other night. That can't be. I never heard any thunder. Or anything like that. Her hands are so small. Mary. Oh. Well, I dug to the side of the grave. It couldn't really be broken. It couldn't. Oh, you poor soul. I'll fix this for you, somehow. I didn't even know their name. You didn't know his name? I thought you knew the names of everyone in this place. Why do you say he? How'd you know, huh? It's just that this headstone, the language that was on it, I couldn't understand it. And I think whoever it was might have been trying to tell me something. Mary, I'm sorry, but... Well, it's just... That seems a little silly, doesn't it? Especially if they had to die before they could send that message to you. But it wasn't just this. There's more to it. There was also... Come with me! Mary! I grabbed Reginald's hand and began to hurry to the library. It felt as if I couldn't run fast enough, especially with how he kept trying to slow me down. What's this all about? I'll explain more once we get there. He kept following me and I kept leading. I had to show him what I was talking about so he could understand how big of a problem this was. We entered the library and I quickly but quietly guided him over to the manga section. But... Huh? Mary, is everything quite alright? What did you want to show me over here? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Ugh! Why am I always such an idiot? Girl is struggling. Reginald began to coyly look at his phone while I berated myself in front of the empty shelf. Come on, Reginald. How could I have been so careless? I should have checked out all the books for safekeeping, and now every one of them was gone? They could be in a garbage truck or being shipped somewhere else. Somewhere far, far away right now for all I know. Stupid, stupid. So stupid of me. Mary? Huh? I've got to go. Huh? You're leaving? I thought you were going to help me today. Yes, but, well, there's something I have to attend to. Huh? But you said you weren't going to be busy today, right? I know, but something came up and, well... Are you alright? Why are you looking at me like that? Hmm? Looking at you like what? Like you think I'm weird. What? You know I don't think that. You think I'm crazy. You think I'm just the creepy ghost girl, right? The ghost girl at the cemetery who talks to herself because she's crazy. That's what you're thinking, right? Mary, I promise- No, it's fine. I also have somewhere I've got to be. I've got to go. Mary, please don't do this again. I promise I'm not- I was out the door before he could finish. Though I was sure it wouldn't have been long before a librarian shussed him anyway. I skipped all the silly stuff this time. No alleys, no losing track of where I've been. I just hopped on the first bus home. I heard my phone buzz all along the way back, but I didn't look at it. I couldn't. I knew Reginald was going to be try and be nice about things, because that's just the way he is. But I just couldn't look right now. I didn't want to look at anyone. I didn't want to be around anyone. Too bad I was stuck with myself. I filled the rest of my day with distractions, allowing it to just pass me by. I didn't want to think about it. I dust until my arms hurt. And I'd prepare diner hours in advance because if my mind was preoccupied, I wouldn't have to listen to myself think. So I filled up the rest of the hours with any distractions I could find. And then one last distraction before bed. Yes. Why me? I am having trouble understanding what you mean. Why did you choose to come after me? I mean, they're not gonna know why this, but they might know this. It wasn't as simple as it being a choice. As hard as that may be to understand, but truth be told, even if it was, I think I would still choose to do this for you. I don't understand. I don't even know you. Don't worry. That's all going to change soon. I promise. Good night, Mary. Let's just befriend them, like super hashtag bestie, and then they can't hurt us. I didn't sleep well that night. Everything just started to feel bad. Was it all just in my head? Am I just losing my mind? What am I even doing? It's not like anything I do will help Mom and Dad come back. So, what's the point? Why am I trying so hard? I woke up in the morning and followed my routine of washing up and putting on some fresh clothes. I picked up my phone, and the second I did, it was perfect timing, apparently. It buzzed in my hand the second I held it. A text message from Reginald. Good morning, Mary. I don't know when you'll be awake, but I wanted to apologize for the other day. When I said I had to leave, it wasn't to get out of spending time with you or anything like that. I promise. But it was rude of me to do that. I promised to spend the day with you, didn't I? It was wrong to me to have left. Reginald. I'm sorry I ran out like that. That was inappropriate. I just didn't know how else to react. And sorry. It was really embarrassing. There's no need to apologize. I was the one who was being a jerk. Reginald, you know I'm not mad that you had to leave. I just panicked. I don't know why. You may not be mad, but I am. Myself, that is. Not you, of course not. I'd never be mad at you. Anyways, I wanted to apologize for yesterday. I never meant to make you feel bad. I still feel awful about it. That's why I want to make it up to you. Oh, you don't have to do that. I want to. I think it'll help me feel better if I do. Will you be free tonight? Oh, yeah, I guess. Not like I really have plans anyway. Lovely. Come to dinner with me, won't you? I'll pay and everything. My treat. Oh, Reginald, it's really not necessary. Please? It'll make me feel a lot better. And you can tell me all about the stuff from yesterday that I never gave you a chance to explain. Well, if you're sure. Of course I am. Where should we go then? Oh, I know just the place. Reginald's just interesting, and I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Reginald told me about a place he thought I might really enjoy. I admit I had never heard of it, but I was willing to try anything, I suppose. Though, I always feel a little bad whenever I go out to eat somewhere. I always feel like I'm cheating on the diner in a way. I was so happy. Well, time passed. I did all my usual things. Cleaned a bit, walked around the cemetery. But it was hard to do anything of importance. I was so preoccupied thinking about going out to eat tonight. It almost made me wish I could make time pass just a little bit quicker. And then evening began to roll around. So I made my way to where Reginald said the place was located. I was still feeling a little lost until I saw him standing outside. Oh, what a fancy man. This wasn't the place I had remembered him saying he'd be at. Or is it? Well, I mean, it must be if he's standing here, right? He looks like he's on his phone, but that's probably because he was passing the time waiting for me. And seeing as I was already a bit late as it is, I wasted no time in going to greet him. Reginald! Yoo-hoo! I waved over to him and then made my way over. I saw him jump a bit at my yell and then he met me halfway. Mary? What are you doing here? What do you mean? You told me to meet you here, right? Yes, that's right, but... I mean, they might be too full for us, actually. I was actually about to text you and see if you want to go someplace else. That's not how that conversation goes. It's not, what are you doing here? It's, oh, hey, they might not have space for us. Question mark? I didn't want to keep you waiting. Oh? But we're already here. I don't mind waiting, you know? And I feel bad if you have to drive us someplace new. Oh, but I'd absolutely hate to make you wait. Really, it isn't a big deal. Well, I suppose, if you insist, we could try. Reginald held the door open for me. I thanked him and walked inside. Although the place was pretty full, there wasn't actually any wait time for us. We were seated immediately. I figured as much, there was only 2 of us after all. We sat at the table in the middle of the dining room. Funnily enough, as I took my seat, I began to wonder, what kind of food do they even serve here anyway? We haven't even looked at the food. Thanks again for inviting me here. It was really sweet of you. I really, really appreciate it. Of course. It was the least I could do. You know, it's kind of nice being able to eat out at other places. I'm so used to my mom's stuff. Ah, that's right. You lived in that diner by the cemetery, yes? Yeah. There was never really any need to go out to eat. I always just used to eat at the diner because it was so convenient, you know? And it's not like we ever ran out of food. So... what made you choose this place? Oh, well... It wasn't my first choice, honestly. But I thought you might like it. It is pretty nice in here. I suppose so. Though I think the thing that makes it the most nice is the fact that you're here. You think so? Of course I do. Anyways, I had been meaning to ask you for a while, but couldn't find the right time. How long have you lived here anyways? In our city, I mean. All my life? I've always lived here? Since I was a baby? This is all kind of the same answer, but I'm just gonna say all my life. Really? Yeah, my family moved here right before I was born. I can't remember a time I wasn't living in the city. It feels a bit silly sometimes, though, to have lived here all my life, and yet there's so much of this place I haven't even seen yet. Have you lived here long? Well, I haven't spent my whole life here, but I would say that I've lived here longer than anywhere else. Isn't that so funny, though? Now we both had lived here for a while and we only met like a month or 2 ago? Yes. That is quite funny, isn't it? Who would have guessed that one day we'd be sitting in this restaurant together? Hey, speaking of that, is anyone going to come bring us a menu? I know it's a bit busy in here, but... Yes, I'm sure someone will come soon. Oh? Suddenly, it was as if Reginald's whole demeanor changed. I didn't know how to explain it, but he seemed more clammy and nervous. You know what you're going to order? Oh, just whatever. I don't really care what I get. Oh? Are you okay? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be? Sorry. Actually, I'm sorry. Would you excuse me for a moment? It'll be very quick, I promise. I just need to step outside for a moment. Yeah, of course, go ahead. Thank you. What is going on with him? Reginald got up in a hurry and made his way towards the front. Why was he acting like this all of a sudden? Maybe he needed the smoke. I know a few people who get a bit antsy if they haven't had a cigarette in a while. Like Croven, for example, but Reginald never really seemed like a smoker to me. It's been a while. Or has it been? Maybe I'm just overthinking how much time has passed since I'm sitting here by myself. People are starting to stare. They look away quickly, but I can see them. It's fine, nothing I'm not used to. Where is Reginald, though? I was going to talk to him about the stuff I found. But no, it's fine. He's probably not interested in that stuff anyways. But I am concerned about what's taking him so long. Unless maybe he Woody? Maybe I should leave. I was about to collect my things and stand up out of my chair when... Oh! Scared. I whipped my head around to see what caused the noise, as did everyone else. In that 1 second, there was already a crowd of people forming around one booth. I joined them. I couldn't see what the matter was until a few people moved in just the right way to let me in. Though maybe it was better if they didn't. Oh, him too, huh? A man was laying on the floor, shattered wine glass and spilled wine beside him. He had a familiar-looking liquid dripping out of his mouth. It definitely wasn't wine. What happened? Is he okay? He's fine, he's okay. He just drank too much, that's all. But what about that black stuff? Huh? Black stuff? Where? Who said that? Did he get a bruise? Could they see it leaking out of his mouth? People continued to cause a commotion. I could hear the staff and woman he was sitting with trying to explain to everyone what happened. That he must have just drank too much and they shouldn't panic. But how could that possibly be the case? Was this the killer too? Were they here? Were they still here? Reginald went outside and didn't come back in. Did something happen to him? Did someone get to him? Is he in trouble? Is he the person who's killing everyone? All that time I was sitting and waiting for him. What if he was in danger? What if something happened to him? Why didn't I check on him sooner? I have to go out there. I have to make sure he's okay. I have to... Oh, there's Reginald. Hello? What do you mean, hello? I sighed in relief. Reginald just looked at me confused. I put myself back together before speaking to him again. Reginald, you're here after all. Yes, I apologize for leaving you earlier. I had to take an important call and, well... No, it's fine. I'm just happy you're okay. Uh-huh. Why wouldn't I be? Well... Someone inside. They, collapsed. What? I don't know, I didn't see it happen, but they just... fell on the floor, I guess. They're trying to say he drank too much, but... it doesn't look that way to me. Why didn't you tell me earlier? We should leave, because that's... I'm so sorry. No, don't be sorry. It's alright. Reginald grabbed me by the hand and led me to his car. It was parked out. This guy's gonna have to owe her so much, bro. A bit of a ways away, so he didn't want to lose me in the dark. Especially not after it had just transpired. That is a weird siren. As we pulled away from the sidewalk, I could hear the sirens of an ambulance from behind us. And as I looked into the rear view mirror, I could see their flashing lights as they pulled into the restaurant parking lot. Reginald said he wanted to take me home. After what happened there, he said he wouldn't really feel all that comfortable eating it anywhere else nearby. And, well, it's not like I could blame him. He told me he could drop me off at my house, but I declined. I told him just to drop me off at the bus stop. He didn't argue with me. He dropped me off at the bus stop. And I noticed as he parked across the street. I wasn't exactly sure why until I received a text message. Just want to make sure you get on safely. That was nice. The bus came as it always does. I got on and soon I was heading home again. I hoped everything would be okay. I really did. Even if some people believe that I hope for the opposite. Did you go out to eat tonight? Hmm? What do you mean? Something happened at a restaurant near me. Was it you? No. How can I be so sure I could trust that? I don't even know you. Have you made it your choice to trust me? I hate when you say things like that. I want things to go back to normal. I hate that my parents are gone. I hate that everyone's dying around me. I hate that things just keep getting worse. When is it going to end? When are you going to give me my mom and dad back? Will I even be able to see them again at this point? I am sorry if I've given you the impression that I'm trying to make you miserable. I promise you that I'm not. And I promise it all has a reason. I hope I can prove that to you. Soon. Good night, Mary. Good night. Thank you. Yeah, she doesn't usually say it back. I don't know if I have a full grasp of what's going on. Oh, this poor girl. Ugh. I can't sleep. What time is it anyways? I don't know what to do. It's so late and everything's so... Ugh. And all I want to do is sleep. But every time I do, it feels like I'm just waking up in half an hour later. What should I do? Oh. This is a lot of options. Crovin's probably gonna be like, oh, why you calling me so late, bruh? I have something important to do. And Reginald... Do we really want to hang around Reginald right now? Twyla? No. Heck you, Twyla. Use the bathroom? I mean, maybe? Get a midnight snack? She did say that food helps. She did say that food makes her feel better. Let's get food. Let's get a midnight snack. I kind of want to, but no, I won't. And it'll just make me want to keep eating. Midnight. Okay, well, you know what? Midnight meal ain't that bad. If it make you feel better. Okay. So I'm guessing you're not gonna want to get up, right? Is that what we're doing? What about read a book? No, I can't. Knowing me, I'll get too wrapped up in it. Next thing I know, the sun will start shining through the window. Well, that just won't be good at all. Use the bathroom? I don't really have to. Besides, bathroom lights are always the brightest in any house I've come across. It'll be so hard to fall back asleep once my eyes adjust to that light. Alright, I don't think we should call Crovin or Twyla. Call Reginald? Call Reginald. I can't call Reginald, it's so late. There's no doubt he's in bed right now. Besides, if he has to... Yeah, okay, fine. Crovin? Sometimes Crovin will stay up really late, having gone to some kind of club or something or other. Sometimes he'll even sleep over his friend's house and leave me all alone out here in the woods. But tonight was not one of those nights. He calmed down in his room a little bit before I went to bed. I can still faintly hear him snoring from over here. Not Twyla, so go back to bed. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'll just shut my eyes again and try to go back to sleep. And hopefully the next time I wake up, it'll actually be morning. And I'll actually feel rested. Huh? Bruh. My phone had just gone off. Who's calling me so late? Reginald? Why is he calling at this hour? Is he alright? Should I answer it? Curious, I answered the phone. But the call ended immediately as I did. That's strange. Should I call him back? I went to my recent calls and had attempted to call him back. I didn't realize until too late that I accidentally video called him too. Uh-oh. His face. Reginald? Ah, Mary. I could see you? Yes, I could see you too. Sorry, I didn't mean to video call, but... Did you call me just now? Oh, did I? Many apologies. I must have dialed you by accident. I'm very sorry if I woke you up. No, it's okay. You didn't, actually. Hey, why are we calling Reginald? Didn't I tell you to do this earlier and you were like, no, Reginald would be awake by now. You should trust me more, Mary. Why are you up so late? Who, me? Just some work-related things, that's all. Why are you up so late? I just can't seem to sleep tonight, that's all. I see. Seems like you and me both won't be getting much sleep. So that's my night. But what about you? Are you feeling okay? Why do you ask? Well, you certainly look very tired. Yeah, I guess. I just can't sleep. Sorry, you said you're busy, right? I shouldn't distract you. Hey, no, don't say that. I'm glad to be talking to you at any time of the day. Why? Huh? I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble understanding. Every time we hang out together, it seems like something bad happens. He's so sad. I just feel like... I don't know. you're still so nice to me. I don't understand how you haven't gotten upset with me yet. Do people get upset with you a lot? Hey, now it's alright. I just enjoy spending time with you. Truthfully, I am someone who doesn't have a lot of friends. And it's okay, living like that for a while. But it gets very lonely. And then I was invited to that funeral. That one I had met you at. I was surprised I hadn't even been invited. I think it was just a formality. But I went anyways. I'm not sure why. Something just told me that I should. And then I met you. Honestly, I was surprised you even remember me when we met at the library. Of course I remember you. We talked quite a bit that day. If I think about it, I can remember it well. It was a particularly cold day, despite it being summer. But the funeral was still held inside. It's how I was able to attend, after all. You stood right next to me. I noticed your red hair. I had never seen anyone with hair like yours before. Really? Never in my life? We didn't talk much about the service, during the service. But well, of course we wouldn't have. Afterwards, you and the group you were in decided to eat at my family's diner. I didn't even know it belonged to you back then. But even still, I had sat at the counter by myself for a few minutes. But rather than sit with the rest of your group, you instead chose to sit at the counter with me. Why did you do that? I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to do at the time. You just interested me. Yeah. I've been told I'm interesting before. You know something? I felt more comfortable sitting next to you than anyone else there. Why is that? I don't know. I guess it just felt like you were someone like me. Someone alone. Besides, I had figured that I might not see you again after that day. So I didn't want to let it pass me by. But I guess I was silly to worry. Honestly, I'm surprised that you even remembered me. I feel like, well, when I talk to people at the funerals I find myself in, I feel I don't really see them often, if ever again. Maybe when they're visiting their loved ones again, but, well, I don't know. I don't feel like anyone remembers me. They may remember that someone odd was there during that time, but I never know how much they really remember about me. Well, to me, I think it'd be impossible to ever forget you. I unintentionally yawned pretty loudly right then. Ah, I'm so sorry. Don't be. Like we discussed, it's late, and I'd hate to keep you up. But, well, before we hang up, would you like to do something soon? Like what? I don't know, but I think you could really use something to brighten things up. Will you meet me by your old diner tomorrow morning? I've had an idea that I think will be even better than anything we've attempted before. Bruh. I do not trust that. Bruh, everything goes wrong whenever he's like, I have a great idea. Plus, I'd just really like to see you again. Yeah, I think I'd like that too. Wonderful. But we can discuss the details of that more tomorrow. Good night, Mary. Good night, Reggie. Reggie? Ah! I'm so sorry. That just slipped out of me. I don't even know where that came from. Keep it for me. I like the sound of it. Well, if you're sure. Well, here's Reggie. Signing off. And he's gone. Yeah, that's what they call him in the Here for Sweethearts game. After that, I laid back down into my bed. Felt much cozier all of a sudden. So much easier to just drift off to sleep. Snores. I was up and awake early in the morning. A bit earlier than I had even anticipated. I was unsure if it was only because I had so much difficulty sleeping that night, or because I was now feeling excited to see what it was that Reggie had planned. Regardless, I made my trip to the front of the diner as Reggie had instructed me to do so. It still felt weird to see the place so empty, but I wasn't going to think about all that stuff right now. Today was going to be a good day. Definitely. And I was going to get my mind off things. What a fancy man. Before I knew it, Reggie pulled up in his old car. He was smiling and rolled down the windows to say, "Come on, get in." And then we were on our way. Oh, look at them, so smiley. Thank you again, by the way. No need to thank me. I've been needing a de-stressor myself, you know. Sometimes life goes ways you don't expect. And when that happens, it's nice to try and take a break. Yeah, you're right. Say, where are we going anyways? You still haven't told me. Well, if I told you, that might just ruin the surprise. Why has it gotta be a surprise? Don't you like surprises? Do you? Well, no, not really. But still, I think it would be better if it's a surprise. Can I guess? If you want to. I bet you're taking me to... museum. Really? Yeah. You strike me as the type of person who would like them. Honestly, if I didn't already know what you did for a living, you kinda look like you might work at one. Well, I do appreciate artifacts. Good guess. So, I got it right? No. I just think your guess also sounds like a pleasant idea. Maybe we'll plan that for a day too. Where else can we go though? We're driving pretty far out. I don't think I've ever been down these roads before. Where are we headed anyways? Well, I will admit it's somewhere out of town. But I thought it might be a good thing too. Everything back home has been very hectic, haven't it? I think it's nice to forget that place exists sometimes. Do you always do this when you need a break? What, drive out of town? Not always. Well, sometimes. I'm actually quite the traveler, you know? Really? I wouldn't have expected that from someone in your career field. Well, I didn't always used to do that. It's actually quite recent that I started. Really? But you seem so skilled at it. I just happen to align well with my interests at the moment. No, I must admit, I always did have a thing for some of the more grim sides of life. Perhaps that's not the most apt way to say it, though. It's more of an appreciation, you could say. I'm sure you'd understand better than anyone. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Still, though, it seems a bit weird to go from traveling a lot to what you do now. Well, I'd like to travel again soon, but maybe not so soon. I'm fine where I am for now, especially since where I am is where you are. Ah, hey, we're almost there. Really? Just a few more blocks and... When we arrived, I couldn't believe it. He had taken me to... an aquarium? Yo, let's go! Oh my gosh, I love aquariums. Really? He's so happy! Look at this face. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Or it's gonna be in the thumbnail if I can do that. I couldn't think of anything more than calming than watching the fish swim along. Do you like it? Like it? I love it! What are you just standing there waiting around for? Come on, let's go! Yeah, because she's a manta ray. And he's supposed to be a pufferfish, funny enough. So they're both like fish. I think that's kind of nice. I grabbed Reggie by the hand and dragged him inside after me. An aquarium? I was so excited! How did he know I've always wanted to go? Penguin. Penguins! I haven't been to one of these in so long. I didn't know they had outside animals now too. Indeed they do. I think it's quite nice. Did his voice change? His voice? Have I just not been paying attention to his voice? I think it's quite nice being able to see them up close like this. They're so cute. What kind of penguins are these anyway? Oh my, that's not a very nice name at all. Maybe they've done something to deserve it. Now I wonder which penguin it is. No way. I refuse to believe something so cute could do something so bad. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yes! Look at her! Look at her! That's so cute! I'm gonna have to look into what type of penguin that is. Oh goodness, look at this! This cape is just the cutest! I will say, it seems very fitting for you. You think so? Ah, why do you give shop subs to be so expensive? Do you want it? Huh? I don't mind paying if you really want it that badly. No. I'll think about it. And I have my own money anyways. If you're so sure. Jellies! Look at all the jellies! Jellies? Yeah. What else would you call them? Bro, me and Mary are on like the same wavelength. Fair point. They're so pretty. You know something? Despite their elegant appearance, I hear they're not very bright. That's pretty silly, I think. I'm sure they're smart in their own way. Well, I guess they have to be to survive with the rest of us, huh? I guess so. You know, when I'm running around, I always forget how nice it is to just sit down, Manta-Ray. That is, until I'm actually doing it. I can't remember the last time I walked this much. I know I can. Now that we've got a bit to sit. What's been your favorite part so far? My favorite? Well, I think that's a really hard decision. I liked everything. Though I guess I really liked seeing... the pufferfish! Let's do it. Really? Even though I didn't want to see it scared, it was fascinating watching it puff up so. I mean, I know that's what they do, but I'd never seen it in action before. I can see how you'd find it interesting. Though I do admit I feel bad for the little ones. Stretching out like that. It's a painful process, you know? Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Poor guys. Some people own pufferfish, right? That must be nice, you know? They probably don't get too stressed like that. If I had a pufferfish, I'd make sure it always felt safe. Haha, is that so? I'm sure any puffer would be lucky to have you. What about you? What's been your favorite part? Truthfully? Well, I think I just enjoy spending time with you the most. Hey, you can't say that! I feel like a jerk for my answer. Don't. I just appreciate the company, that's all. Thank you again for meeting me. I'm having a really nice time. I can't remember the last time I had a day as nice as this. Thank you for coming. I'd go by myself, but where's the fun in that? I mean, I understand the time and value alone, or the value in time alone. And honestly, I think I appreciate it more than most people. But always being on your own gets lonely too. Makes you go a little crazy, you know? Makes me glad I met you too. I appreciate being able to share experiences with I can't breathe! Yeah, I understand. Though I'm kind of the opposite. I don't think I really like being alone that much. I think loneliness is miserable. You don't enjoy being by yourself? Even every now and again? I accidentally paused the recording, and I skipped ahead a little bit. But basically what they're saying is that, like, would you rather spend your time with a friend or a stranger? Because Mary was talking about how she cares about everyone at the cemetery, and she was saying it must feel nice to be cared about by someone who you don't even know. And Reginald was like, would you prefer that over spending time with a friend? And I said I would prefer hanging out with a stranger instead of a friend, just because Reginald was a stranger and that's kind of how they met, and then they're talking about that now. So that's my bad. I've been having to pause a lot because, like, just the coughing and stuff, it's getting annoying. Okay, so well, making friends hasn't always been an easy thing for me. I was actually kind of shocked when you reached out to me, I guess. Why wouldn't I? You were always so pleasant to me when we spoke. Maybe, but no one ever, like, follows up with me. I was just the strange girl they met at a funeral once. We spoke about this, didn't we? I only really meet people through funerals. And well, I can understand why I don't see them again after that. Who wouldn't want to be friends with that creepy girl who hangs out in the cemetery all day? All she does is stand there and talk to herself. I've got a nickname, you know. I've heard them say it. Cemetery Mary. It's what they call me. At least it's what the people who remember me call me. Do you like it? Yeah, I guess. It's better than nothing. Like, it's something. Means they remember me, you know? I don't know if it's necessarily the best name. Like, it makes me sound like it's a role of mine. That's Mary, and she's part of the cemetery. Is that all I am? If I'm honest, I like the name. You do? Yes. I think it sets you apart from the rest. You're not just any Mary, you know? You've got a title. And to share a name with something you love so much. Isn't that nice? Yeah. I guess I never thought about it that way. It sounds nicer like that. I mean, I guess I can't deny how much time I spend there. Can I ask something about the cemetery? Yeah, of course. Well, maybe it's not really the cemetery itself, but the funerals. You seem to be awfully good at finding your way into them. So much so that it feels as though many don't get upset with you. It's quite remarkable, really. But I suppose my question is, why? Why? Yeah. What is it about them that makes you want to attend? Honestly, I think they're sweet. The idea behind them, at least. It's tragic to lose a friend, of course. I felt that loss more times than I like to think about. I felt it pretty recently, and it's terrible. But there's something wonderful in the process, I think. Have you ever seen so many people get together in one place? People always call out for things. They can't make it to your birthday, they can't be there for the holidays, but everyone comes to a funeral. And you know why? Because they love that person. Whether they were their best friend or they hardly knew them, they still come. Because they impacted them enough to come. They meant enough to them during their life, and they came to say goodbye. The more people they are, the more you know how they loved who they were. Can you imagine that? Being loved so much? Having so much of an impact on someone else? That so many people come to your funeral? Because they'll miss you? And because they love you? I see. That's why I like to go. Because you can feel it. I can feel how much people love the deceased. It's heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the same time. I never thought of it like that. But I want to now. That must be such a beautiful feeling to experience. And such a beautiful way to look at it. Why am I worried? Why am I scared? Why am I afraid? What's happening? I'm worried, I guess? Everyone has so many people who care about them. Even after they are dead, they will have a moment where they are surrounded by friends. I don't have friends. No one is going to... No one's going to know. Mary, that isn't true. I know that I can't speak for other people, but I hope you know that I'd care. And I'd never forget you either. I don't want to sound like I'm crazy, but you've had more of an impact on me than anyone I've ever met before. I'm like you. I don't have many friends. And after meeting you, well, I think I realized how miserable it really is to live like that. I didn't realize how bad it was until I actually had someone I could call my friend. And to think that you think that if you were gone you wouldn't be missed, that is unimaginable to me. I do not think I am a very memorable person, but if it means anything, I can promise you that you are unforgettable. I'll always remember you. In this life, the next, and the one after that. And that's a promise. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It does help a bit. I don't like to think about it, but even if there's only a few people who'd remember me, or even just one person, it makes me happy knowing it'd be you. Of course. I can never forget you. Oh, how sweetness. I still don't trust him. It's been a few days since then. I felt a lot closer to Reggie ever since our day at the aquarium. Although he's been so busy with work, I haven't gone to see him much since. But I don't feel lonely. He sends me texts all the time, so even when I'm alone, I don't quite feel alone. It's nice to be alone, but not lonely. Besides, I had a nice day by myself, actually. Sometimes it's nice to just return to the cemetery for a normal day after so much chaos. I made sure I put at least one flower on every grave today. But soon my head started to hurt again, and I felt very dizzy. I took a small rest laying down by myself. I told myself that I would let myself black out again. That I'd just sit for a few minutes and then get back up and head home if I was feeling really bad. But that's not what happened, though. I truthfully didn't mean to fall asleep. I didn't. But when I sat back... I hit the mic, sorry. But when I sat back against the mycelium we have, after being outside and on my feet all day, and having one of those familiar headaches, well, I was just so tired. I didn't even realize I fell asleep. Yeah, this happened in Croven's route also, so I feel like maybe we're getting to the end. I was surprised to not have any strange dream this time, but this was a big problem. Only the roof trim and the mycelium was... mycelium was keeping me safe from the rain. And it was pouring. And even worse still, it was night. The only light I could see was from the streetlights outside the cemetery. Oh dear. How could I have slept so long? Well, I couldn't stay hiding under here all night. Girl, run! I took a big breath and ran across the cemetery to the street. Luckily, the gate wasn't locked. Again, I was surprised, but thankful, as it meant I would not have to find some other way out. Once I was out on the sidewalk, I noticed the street's lights were the only lights on. Everything else seemed to be closed. How late was it? I don't want to put my phone out in the rain to check, but by any means, I had definitely missed the last bus home. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I had to find shelter first. I ran through the rain trying to find anything that was open. It wasn't long before I felt my shoes filling with water. I'd get a cold out here too long, and the rain showed no signs of letting up. But I knew there had to be something, anything open. And eventually I made it somewhere. It was the movie theater. Thank goodness. I rushed myself inside and took a seat beside the posters, waiting to dry off and taking my phone out. Yeah, I wonder what these are. They might be like other games or like other, maybe webtoons, I don't know. Or maybe people like submitted them. Just as I had suspected, it was pretty late. And knowing the usual times of the cinema, I could tell it wasn't going to be open for much longer. What do I do? Even though I wasn't sure how he could help me right now, I had to at least try calling up Croven. Yeah, we called Croven last time and that didn't do anything. Why isn't he picking up? Mary? Oh, you picked up, thank goodness. I was starting to get worried. I'm having a bit of a problem right now. What is it? Well, you see, I kinda fell asleep in the cemetery, and I only woke up a few minutes ago. And it's raining really bad right now, and I missed the bus, so... I don't know, I was hoping you could maybe help me out somehow. No can do, Mary Moo. Didn't I tell you? Tell me what? Mary, I'm like, not even home right now. I'm not even close. Huh? Where are you then? I'm like, out the city right now, Mary. I had these plans with these friends. It doesn't matter. I swear I told you. Well, I don't remember. Look, bottom line is there's no way I can help you from here. He likes to say that a lot. He's like, well, there's no way I can help you. What am I supposed to do then? Mary, I don't know. I heard his frustrated sigh through the phone. I couldn't see it, but I could tell he was pinching the bridge of his nose. Where are you right now? I'm at the movie theater, but I think it closes soon. Alright, well, do you have anyone else you could call up? Maybe stay with them tonight? I mean, I guess so. Awesome, great. Sounds good then. Look, Mars, I really gotta go, okay? Call up one of your other friends. I'm sure one of them will come get you. Alright, so... Goddamn Croven. I promise you he has character development. I'm not supporting just a loser bird guy, I promise. Call up one of my other friends? Oh, there's only 2 of those. Who should I go with? Absolutely not Twyla. Call Reginald right now. Decided to call Reggie. I don't want to bother him, but I really think I had any other choice in this scenario. I heard the phone ring a few times and then he picked up. I did. This is exactly what I did in the Croven route, so it's gonna be kind of boring, but that's okay. Mary? It's a bit late, isn't it? Is everything alright? Yeah. Well, actually, I kinda... missed my last bus home, and I was hoping maybe I could stay with you tonight instead. Yes, yes, of course. Where are you right now? I'll be right over. Thank you. You didn't tell him where you were. Okay, I told Reggie I was at the movie theater, and he said he'd be there in no time to come get me. I was really grateful to have a friend as generous as he is. I hope I would one day be able to return the favor. Bro, literally none of y'all have done anything for either. Like, everything that Reginald says he's gonna do just falls through. That man owes Mary so much, except also nothing at all. He's arrived, and he's smiley. I saw the faint outline of Reggie's old car pull up to the side of the movie theater, and I went out to meet him. Even though it was raining, he still got out of the car and held the passenger door open for me. I told him it was silly to do that. I hope I wasn't too late. You caught me in the middle of getting ready for bed, actually. And I wanted to get rechanged. Didn't feel right to leave the home in pajamas. No, you're good. We drove off to Reggie's apartment amidst all the rain. Because it was so late, there were hardly any cars on the road, so it made the drive a bit safer. We pulled into the parking spot next to his building, and he covered me with his jacket as we ran inside. So sorry, I wasn't thinking. I should have brought an umbrella. I didn't mind. He stepped inside to the familiar buzzing of fluorescent lights. So I was thinking, I think it was last time we got to Reginald's apartment building, and there was like a foul smell, and this one lady was trying to talk to him, and there was something wrong with the elevator. I think someone might have gotten, like, crushed in the elevator or something, or, like, killed in the elevator. Just an hypothesis that I have just thinking, you know. And quite frankly, a pretty gross smell that still lingered from the last time I was there, yeah, so I'm just saying. Reggie didn't mention it, though, so I wasn't going to either. I didn't want to potentially embarrass him or anything like that. Reggie led me to the stairwell, and we headed upstairs. I had forgotten how high up he lived. Once we were in the hallway, Reggie began to lead me to his apartment. I tried to be quiet as we moved through the hallway, not wanting to disturb any of his neighbors. I noticed a few boxes and other junk outside one of the doors. Was someone moving? Lots of people have been moving out recently, he whispered to me. Not like I can blame them. Our landlord hasn't spoken to us in a while. I think they might take her to court soon. I see. Then, before I knew it, we were entering the door. Well, here we are. I apologize for the mess. If I had the foresight that you were coming, I would have cleaned ahead of time. I looked around Reggie's apartment. Is this what he considered a mess? Nothing even looked dusty. Thank you for having me over. It's nice to be here again. And I can get such a better look at it this time now that I'm not all sick. I suppose that's true. Oh, but don't worry about sleeping on the couch or anything. You can take my bedroom. It's right next to the kitchen. I'll sleep out here. Huh? Oh, no, Reg, I couldn't. You already drove me out in the middle of the night to pick me up. I can't take your bed, too. Nonsense, I insist. You'll have a much better sleep, I'm sure of it. But don't you have to go to work in the morning? I'd feel awful if you couldn't get a good night's sleep. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Nothing I haven't— Oh! Oh dear, I just realized. Huh? What? Is everything okay? You don't have any pajamas to wear, do you? Huh? Oh. Don't worry about that. I can sleep just fine in this. How can I not worry? No offense. But although your outfit is quite the ensemble, I don't think it would make for a very nice sleep. Why don't I go out and buy you something really quick? No way! It's really nice of you, but I cannot accept that offer. It's so late and I doubt anywhere is even open. Oh, when there's a will, there's a way. Besides, I need to pick up some things anyway. So please, make yourself at home. Help yourself to anything in the kitchen, and don't be afraid to turn on the TV. I'll be back shortly. I wonder how much longer this is going to go. Before I could protest anymore, Reggie was out the door, leaving me alone in his apartment. I guess all I could do now was wait for him to get back. What should I do in that time, then? Ooh, I don't think it gave me this option last time. Look at end table? If found, return to keep him. I looked over to Reggie's end table sat behind the couch. He had a stack of some books as well as what looked like A picture with a friend? It's a cute picture. I like it. Though it is quite curious. Reggie said he's had trouble making friends, right? This has got to be the person that was at the funeral, right? Although this does seem like an old picture. I wonder who this person is then. Maybe I'll ask him later. Look in the kitchen. I hope it lets me do all this. I decided to go look in the kitchen. I know Reggie said I could help myself, but I still felt a bit weird about it. Still though, it's hard not to be curious about what he has in here. Look in the fridge? I don't know. I took a look in Reggie's fridge. There wasn't a lot. I can see that he's running low on milk, too. He's a coffee drinker, right? Maybe that's one of the things he's picking up. I guess that makes me feel a little less bad about him going midnight shopping for me. For good measure, I checked in his freezer, too. There's not much in there, either. But there's some flowers it looks like he's preserving. Wonder what those are for. You know, probably nothing special. I looked in the cupboards that lined his apartment wall. And as many cupboards do, they held cups. And some dry ingredients, too. And also... He has a lot of cleaning products in here. I don't know how I feel about all that being so close to the food. Hey, wait. Is that the rat poison? When Reggie gets back, I should tell him he shouldn't keep stuff like this so close to where he eats. Maybe he has it here to keep the rats away? I don't know. I still don't like it. Alright, leave the kitchen. Alright, go in the bedroom? No, I can't. Not while he's not home, at least. I just feel weird about it. Alright, check the bathroom. Because that's not any weirder. But I decided to take a quick peek anyways. It's a small bathroom. A bit on the cramped side. There's a sink, a toilet, a stand-up shower, but not much else. I wonder how much rent is here. I hope it's worth such a tiny bathroom. Okay, check the side room. I noticed Reggie had a door down a small hallway in his apartment. I wonder what this room was for. Maybe an office since all the necessities were covered? Curious, I made my way over and turned the handle. Locked. That's strange. I wonder what's inside. Might just be a utility room or something. Though I'm pretty sure those are usually in the basement. Well, I don't think we have a basement. It's not me, it's my basement? Question mark? Alright, let's just watch TV. The best thing I could probably do right now is just watch some TV and wait. I plopped myself onto his couch and turned on the TV. There were some commercials playing, so I didn't know what show was on yet. What's on at this hour anyway? Before I knew it, I heard the sound of a door unlocking and Reggie was walking through the front door. I watched as he locked the door behind him, dropped off some of his plastic bags he was carrying, and shrugged off his coat. He left one bag in his room and then proceeded to put some stuff away in the kitchen. Then he came to sit beside me. So, what are you watching? Oh, I don't know. Nothing in particular. Well, would you like to watch something? Or would you rather just head to bed? Now that I think of it, I can't remember the last time I actually watched something on TV. Reggie passed me the TV remote and told me to put on anything I'd like. He wasn't picky. Maybe we can watch... a murder mystery. Last time I did sci-fi, or did I do sitcom? I might have done one of those two. But I think murder mystery might work. Hey, that's cool. Okay, I flicked through a few channels until I found this one. It was playing a murder mystery novel, or movie. It seemed to be taking place on a train, of all places. It starred a detective and his young sidekick. It seemed very interesting. Do I watch it? Yeah, I mean, why not? Oh, really? This is what you've chosen to watch? Do you not want it? Her eyes are so big. No, nothing like that. I'm just surprised. What, with all that's been happening in town and all? I feel like you might stray away from this type of content. I don't know, I'm interested. Fair enough. Reggie and I sat and watched TV for a while. It was pretty nice, though eventually I started to feel tired. I think Reggie could tell too. I yawned as I stood up off the couch, thanking him once again for letting me use his room to sleep. It's not a problem at all. I left the pajamas in the bag for you. I think they should fit. Good night, Mary. Oh, one last thing. If you need to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, I know this apartment can be a bit difficult to maneuver in the dark. There's a flashlight in my desk drawer if you need it. Just try not to shine it at me while I'm asleep on the couch. I thanked Reggie once more and wished him a good night as well. I do think it was a bit funny, though. Does he not know my phone comes with its own flashlight if I need it? He probably doesn't know. He don't know technology. I took a step into Reggie's room, closing the door softly behind me. I flicked on the light switch and it turned on a lamp at the other side of the room. It gave off very faint light, making the room very dim. I'm sure it looked better in natural lighting, but right now it was a bit hard to see. Still, it looked as if Reggie didn't have very much in this room at all. I could see his bed and a nightstand, and the vanity too. Was this the desk he was talking about? Other than a built-in closet, there was nothing else I could really see in here. Though I guess when you have a whole apartment to yourself, you don't need to shove all your stuff into the bedroom. I reached down and gathered the pajamas he had brought for me. They were simple, standard pajamas, though they felt really soft. I'll have to remember to pay him back for these. I got changed and left my clothes on the end of the bed. Then I crawled into his bed. It felt and smelled really clean, as if it had been recently washed. Even though I felt cozy, I still felt a bit weird and bad about sleeping in Reggie's bed. But I guess it was too late now. It's okay. I'll just have to find some way to make it up to him. The way he always does for me. I laid back down and closed my eyes. Nothing left to do but sleep. You're forgetting something. I had a pretty nice sleep, actually. No, you forgot! You forgore! Reggie's bed felt comfier than my own. But that only made me feel all the worse for taking it from him. I got dressed in my usual clothes and carefully stepped out the bedroom door. Bruh. After all, if Reggie was still asleep, I didn't want to wake him. But to my surprise, there was no one there at all. I knocked on his bathroom door just to make sure he wasn't using it, but there was no answer. It was then I noticed a note that had fallen in front of his front door. Mary, so sorry to leave you alone this morning. I had an urgent matter to attend to. I don't think I'll be back anytime soon. But feel free to help yourself to any food in the apartment for breakfast. All I ask is that when you leave, you lock the apartment with a spare key in the end table drawer, and then slide it back under the door. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. I see. I didn't really feel comfortable taking Reggie's food, especially when he's not home. And especially not after all he did for me. I followed his other instructions and left the apartment. I wonder what I'll do with today. It's been a few days since then. I thought she turned blue. Nothing all that eventful has happened. Though I guess when it comes to me, that's probably a good thing. I haven't got— Yeah, you forgot to text them, you fool! It's a bit worrying since I don't know any more about my parents' whereabouts than I did before. I'm trying not to dwell on it too much. It's been difficult, though. I've been very alone with my thoughts recently. I've been spending so much time with Reggie lately, I forgot how sad I can get when I'm all by myself. Reggie, it's not that he's ignoring me or anything. In fact, he messages me almost every day. But all he really tells me is that he's been so busy lately. Not like I could blame him. Seems like he's always been taking time off to see me recently. It's no wonder he's so backed up. He always says he wants to see me again soon, but he has to take care of things first. I hope he gets them all done soon. But no, it's fine. I don't mind that much. It's not always bad to be alone, right? I've just been staying at home. Or rather, the cabin. Although it's still not home. I must admit that there's a few things cozier than watching the sunset from the windows. I was about to start getting changed into pajamas when— a message? From Twyla? Oh yeah, we're getting to the end. I opened up my messages app. I was receiving multiple text messages from Twyla spamming themselves one after another. No, not Mary. I said 911. Is this speech text? Phone getting me killed. 4th Avenue. 4th Avenue. Huh? What? What was this? Is Twyla trying to call 911? 4th Avenue? Is she okay? I have to go make sure. Bro, why do we even care about Twyla? Waiting for the bus to arrive, I had dialed 911. Luckily, the bus still runs at this hour. I told the authorities about how I think someone I know is in danger. They said they'd send out a team right away. I don't know why I'm going. I guess I'm just really worried. Twyla was investigating the killer after all. And even though I don't know her overly well, for someone like Twyla to call the police? She must be in danger. And I said I would help her, right? Maybe if I had been there to help her, then she wouldn't be in danger now. I started to run as soon as I got off the bus. I couldn't see any police. What happened to that team they supposedly sent out? It felt like no one was on the streets right now, including Twyla. Suddenly, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I ran up and down the streets trying to find her. I wanted to call out her name, but I was scared an unintended party might hear. And all I could do was run down the sidewalks and glance down every alleyway I see, hoping to find her, when I press a button that I didn't mean to press. Reginald! Mary! What are you doing out at this hour? Reggie! I need your help! Huh? What's the matter? What's happened? What's happened? It's Twyla! She's in danger! She tried calling the police but called me instead. She's not answering any of my messages, and I called the police for her, but I don't see them anywhere, and it's my fault, I know. Whoa, 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 calm down. It's alright to be worried about her, but if you think she's in danger, then you really shouldn't be out here. I have to be. I have to make sure she's safe. What if she's in danger? What if she encountered the Blackwood Butcher? Well, isn't that even more of a reason not to be outside? You have to help me look for her. Pardon? Please, Reg, we gotta find her. It could literally be a matter of life and death. Mary, that's... Please, Reggie! I spun around him and started tugging on his arm. We have to find her. The longer we wait, the worse the situation can get. Mary, let go! Please! Question mark? Huh? Something fell out of Reggie's jacket. And on the sidewalk. A pair of bloody scissors. Huh? That's... Mary. Oh no. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't have time to process any of it. But I knew I had to get away. I ran and ran as fast as my legs could carry me. I was hoping to lose him in the alleyways. But in trying to get lost, there was something that I found. Oh, thank God! No, I'm kidding. Never mind. Never mind. I was kidding. I was kidding. I mean, I don't think I want Twyla dead, but like, I don't want Twyla. No, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up. Suddenly, Reggie was pinning me against the wall. Mary, my dear, why are you making that face? Wasn't she mean to you? She made you cry. Don't you remember that? Why did you come out here? Hmm? I feel as though you're doing this on purpose. Are you doing this on purpose, Mary? Is this funny to you? Maybe I should make things hilarious then. I couldn't understand what was happening. Reggie, this isn't the Reggie I know. Reggie was so nice to me. Reggie was my friend. He was my friend. This hand around my neck. Just who does it belong to? I wanted to do it cleaner, you know? As clean as I've been doing it. Unfortunately, she didn't give me much of an option. You're not telling me this man is the killer. Nah. But that's fun, isn't it? She's a fun one, isn't she? Real fun. I don't feel left out. Now that you've caught me, we can finally have some of our own fun. Because I know what you'll do. The second you're out of my sight, you'll tattle on me. And well, I just can't have that. So how will I silence you? Well, I just cleaned my scissors, you know? I'll miss that pretty voice of yours. But it won't be for long. Ah, but you got those pesky little hands of yours too, don't you? Those hands that know how to write and sign and tear my life apart. It's alright. We can take those too. I know you don't understand it yet. But don't you worry. I promise you that's for the best. Now why don't you open that pretty little mouth of yours? It'll be over quicker if you do. No. What is all this? What's happening? This isn't Reggie. This can't be Reggie. This doesn't make any sense. Let me go. Put me down. Suddenly he kneed me right in the stomach, holding me against the wall. He forced his hand right into my mouth and pulled my tongue out. Don't worry. It will only take a second. No. See, I told you you couldn't be trusting this, bruh. Not quite the cat. Another bad ending. I think it's possible that the reason I got 2 bad endings. Hello? You've just completed a route with Cemetery Mary. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for playing. But do you think you can get the true ending if you try again? I believe so. But oh my god. That compared to Croven's route was so insane. Like, there was so much more to this one than there was to Croven's route, I feel like. Croven's route was just, like, his friends, and, like, Mary found out she could talk to dead people. But, like, this had, like, a legitimate fear in it, even though it wasn't that scary. But it was, like, it was a lot darker than Croven's route, and I'm gonna try and get to Twyla's route as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully once I'm not sick, because I have been like, I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. But that's alright. I love this game. I love this artist. Croven. And, alright, I'm gonna put this game in the description as I do. And I will do that for the other video also. And I will put my commissions and my TikTok. And I will see you all next time. Bye!